Hi, everybody. It's the hot seat with Naya on Fire, and today I have a lovely guest. She is an Olympian. She is a soldier on and off the field. She's been here playing rugby probably longer than I've been born. She's somebody who I look up to in terms of bluntness and being able to give you constructive feedback that you know is genuine to how you can become a better player. Um, She's somebody who beats me up on a daily basis and allows me to get stronger every day. So without further ado, can we have a round of applause for Nana Faavesi? Hi, Nana. Good morning.
Hi, Boo.
Just so you know, Nana tried to hide and never get interviewed for this show. And thanks to Sui, I realized she hadn't been interviewed on the show because I thought I had everybody.
And
But
Sui
yes,
said she's next, so
yeah, Sui will be next. That's a nice little insider if you're watching the show for
so
when I put up my poll for who will be on the next show. But let's get into the show. So, Nana, one of the first things we start off with is the big top five. So, what are five things that you think people would need to know about you?
well, I honestly don't think people need to know anything about me,
Oh,
but
Lord.
I'm just kidding. Um, need to know anything that you can't Google, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, I'm highly OCD.
Same.
One, um, I love to clean. Same.
Like your therapy? Yeah. Same.
Um, my spirit animal is a panda.
Okay. Do you have your panda with you?
CP's downstairs.
Okay.
Sui, can you bring CP up? Sui always has CP. Um, that was three, right?
hmm
Um, here's CP.
Hey, CP. Welcome to the show.
Um, I think I'm very funny. Not a lot of people think I'm funny, but I think my humor is different, but I think I'm funny. Five, I love hot Cheetos with cream cheese.
Oh, Lord.
And some people need to know that because you can't just buy me hot Cheetos and not
I
cream
need to
cheese.
try that. Is it a
Yeah.
specific brand of cream cheese or any cream cheese?
The Philadelphia one?
Philadelphia. Okay.
That
You
brand?
like the name brands. I go with the
Okay,
great value.
bougie. No, I don't.
I go with great value.
So I'll take a store brand too. It just got to be thick.
Okay, so that's five things to know about Nana. If you want to get her a gift, get her some Philadelphia cream cheese and some hot Cheetos, or buy her
Hot
some from
ones in my
Panda.
bag.
Yes. Do you get the extra hot?
Extra, extra hot.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. Okay, so now we're going to go into the base questions. If you aren't very familiar with the show, this is more in depth questions for us to get more insiders and information on who Nana is on and off the field. So, the first question I have for you, Nana, is how did you come about rugby? How did it become a part of your life? How did you find rugby?
Well, my dad played and also coached. Not me, but like other people. Um, I actually didn't like. I always knew about rugby, but I didn't actually play till I was in like end of middle school, going into high school. But
hmm
I will say what really got me and my sister actually into playing rugby was my brother. He played for the Sacramento Islanders team his high school years, and he just used to tell us like, man, my sisters would be tired of this game. And
Yeah.
me and my sister, we were all about basketball. She liked other sports too, but then when we went to watch him play, I was just like, oh, I think I would like this game too. So we went to our first practice, and I don't think me and my sister ever turned back since then. Like, and of course, our first practice was a contact session. So we were just like, just they kind of just threw us right in. But it was,
hmm
I mean, there's no better way to learn than to just do it. So
Yeah.
say
And
my
if you guys don't know, Nana's from SAC, and on our team, she's like known for being one of the big hitters. So um, if you go watch highlight videos or clips
but
on her, you'll usually see her tearing people up on the
I just stay with
field.
Naya.
Whatever.
Not that I come
Okay.
close to you.
Yeah. Next question. So, as we know, Nana is an Olympian. She went to the 2016 Rio Olympics. So, Nana, what has going to the Olympics, what effect has that had on you personally and also your family back home?
Um, yes, I was the first team for USA, women's rugby team. Um, I was also the first Tongan, like the Polynesian. Me and Bui were the two Polynesians on the team.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and because our culture is so like tight knit and small, there's not many of us here in the States, but I think it was a big turning point seeing that I'm the youngest in my family. And of course my family's not perfect, but it was a big like milestone for not only just me, but for my family, not just my immediate family either, but like my dad's family, my mom's family. It was nice to be able to put my name out there in the light and represent my
Hmm. Did you have any family that was able to come out to Rio and watch you in person?
my sister that I started playing rugby with.
Nice.
She came out there.
That's awesome. Okay, so speaking of family, you were able to play alongside a relative of yours, Etty, who not a lot of people can say they play with their sibling or relative at the national and professional level. So what was that like for you, being able to play with her and especially on tour?
Okay, well, I'm gonna just put it out there to correct a couple people.
Yeah.
Fale Malepi Hamatao, that is my niece. She is not my sister,
Hmm.
though we look like sisters. Um, no, that was so. I grew up knowing I would play with. I guess I had that dream of playing alongside my sisters because I'm only 1 year apart with that sister,
Hmm.
and we always played sports together, and that was like my ideal dream, and which was fine. We both went our separate ways and were successful, but not being here long. You know, rugby's a contact sport. Like, it's not like you can play for
Ever.
forever like some
Yeah.
sports. Um, I never like it never crossed my mind. I knew my niece was gonna. I knew she was playing rugby, and I knew she was going somewhere with it. But I guess I never realized how close in age we actually are.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was amazing. Although I was injured most of the time she was playing, I did
Hmm.
get to go on tour with her once, but I trained alongside her. I made sure when I was able to go on tour, whether I was a reserve or on the roster, I like in the warm-ups, I made sure. I don't know, I felt more like a coach instead of a
Yeah.
player at that point. But
Yeah.
it was amazing just to be able to play side by side. Like, I love playing side by side like teammates because we grow, like we go through a lot of stuff together. But like just to know that I have that blood, same blood on the same field as me was
Yeah.
pretty dope.
And right now, Ethy's in college playing for
Lindenwood.
Lindenwood. Yeah. So she's doing that. She was training for the Olympics that was supposed to be in 2020. Obviously, that got moved. We'll see if she ends up coming back and they'll be able to both take the field together at the Olympics. That would be pretty cool.
We shall see. To be
Yeah.
continued.
To be continued. Okay, so if you're familiar with Nana, you would notice something different about her. A lot of women cut their hair because they want to start a new chapter in their life because they just had a breakup, so many things. But for Nana, the reason for her cutting her hair was a little different. So, Nana, if you want to give them some insight into the Tongan culture and why your hair is different.
Okay, well, for those of you that don't know, I am of Tongan descent. I'm also mixed with Samoan and German. So we'll cut it short. Long story short, in Tongan culture, once your father dies, his oldest sister gets to chop our hair, the girl's hair, however she wants, whether it's grab a strand and cut it or chop it, but it's solely up to her. And my father just passed away in December, and in honor of my dad, like we wanted to do that, give that respect to my dad and to his oldest sister, but his oldest sister couldn't be there, so then it goes down to her oldest daughter. and she was there. Both of her daughters were there, and made my dad's funeral it was beautiful. And she got to cut our hair, so that's why you see the new chop. I kind of like. It was my first training yesterday with the short hair, and it just keeps getting in my eye. But I will say my head feels much lighter.
Exactly. When I got the braids, I was like, I can never ever train with these because it's too heavy on my head. So after I took those out, it's like a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, it felt nice, and I mean, it doesn't help my head is big already, but it was nice to take
Please.
some weight off.
Does your sister tell somebody, hey, this is how I want her hair cut, and they cut it, or she cuts it?
No, so my dad's oldest sister, her daughters were there, and her oldest daughter got to cut our hair. Mike, which is my first cousin. So she asked her mom how would she like it cut, and the most respectful way is to chop it, how she did. So she like basically grabbed my hair and just me and both my sisters and chopped our hair. And people may ask like, oh, but why cut your hair? Like, isn't there anything else you can do? Polynesians, I know Tongans, we pride ourselves in our hair, like, and it's just a respecting, and it's like we see it as our last sacrifice, our last thing we do for our fathers. So, and you're supposed to look like you're mourning. I tried to make it cute, but that's basically the point of it. And it's also like you don't know the true meaning of it until you do it. Like, I was just like, oh, they're gonna cut our hair, okay, whatever. But it's also like a constant reminder, like that dad is gone now, and it's a harsh reminder, but it also reminds me that as my hair grows back, it reminds me that I'm still alive, and I still have to live with his last name and make sure that he's able to live through me too. So there's meanings to it, but it is a very harsh reminder when I wake up and my hair is just up here.
Do you have to do it for your mother as well, or is it just the father?
It's just your father's side.
Okay, nice. And obviously, everybody, yes, Nana has. Thank you for talking about something as sensitive as that, as a parent passing. And we're sending you all the love and strength and blessings for you and your family.
Thank you.
No problem. So, last question for the base question. As I told you guys, Nana is a soldier on the field, but she's also a soldier off the field. So, Nana enrolled in the military, specifically the Army. So, can you tell us why you chose to do that?
Yes, I will. So, I chose to join. It was after the Olympics, as we were preparing for the 15s World Cup. After that, but I chose to because at that moment I've been playing rugby here for a couple years at this professional level, and I just a little insider. I never graduated from high school or went to college, so I didn't really have a plan B. And at that time, I was basically looking like I knew I wouldn't be playing rugby forever. I knew I wanted to keep playing, but I also knew it wouldn't last forever. So I heard about this program, the World Class Athlete Program, through one of our assistant coaches who used to coach for us. And I was just like, oh, well, I could basically go get my future set and still be able to play rugby. So I joined the Army for that, and now I'm able to train full time for the Olympics. Even though Olympics was pushed over, we're still able to do that and serve my country at the same time on and off the pitch. And I know after I'm done with rugby, I know that I'll feel stable to be able to retire.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Retire. Yeah.
Just so you guys know, there's nothing wrong with having a plan B and being prepared. People are like, oh, you should only have plan A, nothing else should matter. But realistically, in the real world, it don't work like that. So.
Yeah, if COVID didn't teach you nothing, you gotta have a plan B.
Plan B. Okay, so that was a wrap for the base questions. Now we're going to go into the speedster round. If you're not familiar with that, that's 5 questions. You're answering them as fast as you can, so I'll go through them as quick as possible, okay? Are you ready?
Oh.
First question. If you could buy any type of food right now at the moment, what would it be?
Right now. It would actually be some Oreos.
Okay, just regular Oreos, double stuff?
So I just seen these new brownie ones.
Uh-huh.
It's a brownie. It's mixed. It's like, I want to say it's like triple layered, but I would say Oreos right now.
Okay. Next question. What color is your toothbrush?
Well, I have two. I have one that I travel with and one that I use here at
What
home.
about the one here at home?
The one I use at home is purple.
Okay.
Favorite color.
Um, are you a morning or night person?
Neither. It
Afternoon?
varies. It varies. Depends
Okay.
on the day before.
Okay. What one thing annoys you the most?
I'm OCD and I hate when tags are out.
Okay. Last question. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Honest, loving, and funny. I just think I'm really funny, and I'm gonna keep thinking it into existence, whether you or not.
And that is a wrap for the speedster round. Thank you, Nana, so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. I'm glad Suey put you on blast. If
I'm
you
not.
want,
She know I know
well,
where she sleeps too.
if you want to
Give her
share
that.
your, oh Lord, if you want to share your social media platforms so people can follow you, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'll put it below so that people can stay in touch with you on your Olympic journey for the second time.
I believe my Twitter and IG account are the same, which is Nana Faavesi 92.
Okay.
Um, my Facebook was sadly hacked, so I can't drop no Facebook account, but
Okay. No
yeah,
problem.
those two
Is
are
there
there.
anything else you want to say before we sign out?
Thanks for having me on your show.
Okay, no problem.
That's it.
Okay,
And
perfect.
I
Thank
mean,
you,
your
everybody.
followers.
Peace out.